So Halloween has rolled around, and as we suspected, there is no 2019 Apple event, where we expected to see a refresh with the iPad Pro line and a new 16-inch MacBook Pro. We did, however, see the launch of AirPods Pro, which was pretty exciting. Expect my full review on these coming like next week-ish. And speaking of Halloween, it is the 31st after all, so I kind of feel obliged to change my attire here, make things a little bit more fun. I am dressed, as you guessed it, a Slav, so Tripoloski, Chikibriki, and let's continue with the video. I never thought I would get to this moment, sharing Apple news with a Nushanka on my head with a communist pin. So iPad Pro 2020 has been in the least bit hinted at, and I would say at most confirmed by a Q4 earnings call that Apple conducted. One of their executives hinted towards their 1.5 year like cycle when it comes to iPad Pro. I'll read the exact quote. One thing to keep in mind as we look at this guidance range is the fact that we also contemplated the comparison to the launch of the iPad Pro a year ago for iPad, as well as the new MacBook Air was launched during the December quarter last year. So for the iPad and Mac categories, you need to keep in mind that our launch timing is different on a year-over-year basis. Basically what he's saying is that you can't expect a new iPad Pro every year, so we should expect one in March of 2020 at this point. That's what the analysts point towards. And of course, as I've said in previous videos, we should expect triple cameras, an OLED display, not too much change in design as there was a huge overhaul with the 2018 iPad. Looks so much different from the previous generation ones. So this should be sort of an S upgrade in a way, of course, with a better display, which is good for content creation and just overall media consumption. And then we'll have the triple camera setup found on the 11 Pro Max, I think, found in the iPad Pro 2020 at this point. So I'm excited and I cannot wait to pick one up when it finally launches. And also keep in mind, iPad Pro 2018 is going to be discounted during the holiday season this year. With it being a year old, despite the fact that there isn't a new one, prices are going down gradually. So definitely pick one up if you see a killer deal. Next up, let's talk MacBook Pro 16-inch. There's two new rumors about this laptop. One is that Apple's going to receive a bulk shipment of this laptop from Taiwan in Q4, and that might have to do with some kind of tariff happening where Apple wants to ship them over before it will cost them more later on. But this may indicate a later launch this year. The rumors are pointing not towards this humongous design overhaul like we saw in 2016. It's just pointing towards a bigger display with thinner bezels and some design changes. The other bit of news is the change in the touch bar design. Apparently the new MacBook Pro, from some leaks having to do with macOS Catalina with some leaked images, the Touch ID button is going to be separated from the touch bar, and there may even be a dedicated escape button, which is kind of exciting. I'm not a huge fan of the touch escape button on my MacBook Pro 16-inch, and I wouldn't mind having the Touch ID completely separate from the touch bar itself, having it be its own separate, distinct button. So that's kind of exciting. So yeah, that's the Apple news that I have for you today. Happy Halloween. Stay safe if you're doing anything, going to parties, or if you're, going trick-or-treating with a younger relative. And yeah, I hope this video helped you out. I'd really appreciate it if you leave a like on this video, comment if you have any questions, suggestions, or opinions, and subscribe for more content like this. Once again, expect my AirPods Pro review coming like next week. I want to take my time with these. I think a lot of reviewers kind of rushed and just kind of jumped the gun and just posted their reviews. But I want to take my time in order to decide, whether they're worth your $250 or not. And as always, I'm Noah, and I will catch you all in the next one.